Yeah, Craig, you want to start?
Yeah. Dino, what were you most pleased about that performance tonight?
Yeah, obviously we weren't that happy with our performance up in Cairns, and just firstly the response from everybody. We accepted some things that we didn't do so well, and our communication with each other, our trust with each other on the defensive end. I thought that was pretty solid tonight. You're always going to have a few breakdowns where you don't get it quite right, but we really talked about the pace of the game a little bit, and thought we weren't taking advantage of what Shea does really well. And I thought just his intent to grab it tonight, to push it up the floor, have we got something early, or move it. And so, I thought that it was a really good change for us tonight. And then when we settled down in the half court and let Delly make decisions, in the half court, and he was making great ones tonight. But yeah, obviously great contributions across the board. The Tanner Krebs impact in the third quarter was massive. Cole Bowen starting and playing 26 minutes and being plus 20 in his minutes. So, there was contributions across the board, but there was a few highlights there.
Most people wouldn't argue the fact that you've got one of the greatest defensive backcourts in NBL history in Delly and Shea. You talked about it, but what you just mentioned it offensively, and that was a real key for you tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Shilly was just in a different mindset tonight. I thought he drew contact and made his little fadeaways, and really put his feet in the paint and made good decisions. Delly, same thing. The ability to mix in the three ball with getting right to the cup as well and shooting his floater. So couldn't be more pleased with those two games tonight.
Matty, was that a real focus for you getting to the cup? I mean, obviously I know you like to get your three ball going early, and you did hit a couple early. But it just seemed like, you had a real mentality to attack and put as much heat in the paint as possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we kind of talked about after the Cairns game. Like Dean mentioned, Shilly getting his feet in the paint, me getting feet in the paint, and just trying to push the pace a little bit more. And I think it definitely paid off tonight. Just not always on the first action, but just got them scrambling, got us in drive and kick, and a lot of guys took advantage of that tonight.
What was said at halftime? It was kind of a funny first half. They make little runs. You kind of responded, but you guys that third period just went to a new level.
Yeah, I think we did a lot of good things in the first half, but didn't really show up on the scoreboard. And there was just a few little breakdowns. They got to the line a few times. But we strung more stops together. And then obviously Tanner broke the game open with a few threes. CG hit some threes. But, there was, like Dean said, a lot of contributions. KB was big tonight. Shilly was great. So good win for us, good response.
And how important was it to respond to it? Obviously Cairns have been kind of your nemesis this season, but the way you played up there is not what we've seen from you guys this season. I mean, how important was it to come in tonight to a hostile environment against the two-time defending champions and respond in the way that you did?
Yeah, I mean, none of us were happy with how the game went. I mean, Cairns are playing great basketball, but we weren't happy with a lot of aspects of that game, and I think we were all looking forward to just getting back on the court and competing again.
Dean, how close was Luke to playing tonight?
Yeah, he had X-ray scans and was all clear on both of those ones, and so pretty sore. And then it felt like if there was an opportunity that he was needed tonight, he possibly could have helped us, but with the contributions of other people, he wasn't needed tonight, and we think he's a pretty good chance of playing in Adelaide.
What does it do for your team when Tanner comes in and brings that floor spacing and that size? It's something he's done particularly well over the past few weeks now. It seems like he's finding his groove on this team.
Yeah, I think he's really, he shot the basketball well the second half of the year so far, and we saw him in the four spot a little bit in pre-season and different things, but obviously with LT and KB and Newley and other people, it's a bit of a log jam there, and so his ability to shift those two positions has been really important. So yeah, he was great. We haven't talked about Ariel and Joe. I thought it's so important to have a a post presence against the Kings, and I thought both those guys really demanded the basketball, and Ariel was highly efficient tonight in the paint as well, and I thought he was in that third quarter run where we were going really well as also. So yeah, so many contributions tonight.
What can you say about Ariel's growth over the years? Seems a bit more patient in there. It seems like his footwork's kind of getting there. At the start of the season, he seemed like maybe a split second behind, but he was really picking up his form lately.
Yeah, I think he leads the league in rebound percentage kind of thing. So I thought he's just going after everything at the moment and picking up, second opportunities for us, which was huge tonight. Was it second chance points, 17 or 8? Just that's that part of it. His ability to screen. I thought he's got so much better just in his screening angles. These guards have been working with him about, is it a switch? Is it what's going on? How to get this, the effective angle. I thought there's been massive growth. He's a sponge, and he wants to continue to get better. And I thought the patience part you've talked about, I think I've spoken that about a number of times. About he just had a second and third move again tonight, and I thought that was really effective for him.
How's it been playing with Ari? You guys have this chemistry now. You found him on a lob tonight. You've been doing that over the past few weeks. What's it like playing with him and then watching him grow, basically?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. He's firstly great guy, great energy, but like Dean said, he's a sponge. He wants to learn, he wants to get better, and he's really improved a lot. And I mean, he's highly effective in his minutes, and I think even though he wasn't getting the rewards or the finishes early on a couple of those Tanner threes, he drew so much attention on the switch, got Tanner open, and then it kind of later on he got his reward on a lob or a dump off. So he's been great. It says he's only got 2 O boards, but I reckon it felt like he got more either on they tipped the ball out or he drew a foul, and Joe did similar things. So I think any time we can get extra possessions, that's huge.
Dean, is the second straight game against the Sydney team where Shilly has basically neutralised Jalen Adams. What does it do for you guys' defense when you know that you can basically eliminate their primary creator and you get to focus on other things with the other guys?
Yeah, it was a part of the Cairns game that we weren't happy with. We just didn't stay in front of people well enough, and that caused us, kind of rotations. And I thought, as a whole group tonight, we were just more focused on, the guys that were really key penetrators. Obviously, Galloway got to the line a little bit and was a problem there for a period of time. But, yeah, I thought we did a good job of staying in front of him tonight. And, multiple people it takes to guard Adams. And I thought our bigs were pretty effective as well. A few switches with Bolden, and that they've got to go guard him as well. But, Shea and Delly just had great games.
Dino, you've obviously banked a lot of wins, and we're kind of starting in the home stretch of the regular season. Is there an aspect of your game as a team that you're kind of going to be focusing on, just in terms of just getting better and constantly improving?
Yeah, I think these teams that really put their head down and attack the paint and play at a high pace. I thought at different times we needed to improve against these teams. So I thought it was a really big step forward for us tonight, and we hadn't seen that kind of closing group a little bit probably since pre-season, where we've got the 4 guards and Joe. So I think there's still a number of lineups. With Luke out, we talked about, is this a game that we may play the 2 bigs together as well? So I think there's some some things to really experiment with. But we're starting to get pretty solid in our home base rules, and I think our coaching staff's doing an excellent job in trying to get the clarity going into the game. And on the short turnaround, we've been really good. The long ones haven't been so good. So we look forward to just getting clear, concise information, getting ready for Adelaide.
Anyone else want to do? No, thank you, boys.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.